سن فيها الإكثار من الصلاة على سيدي مولاي رسول الله وعلى آله وصحبه ومن والاه من كل عام. The night of Jumu'ah, it's a blessed night, all the barakah on this night. The sunnah is to increase your salah upon the Prophet عليه الصلاة والسلام in every good deed. يروي الإمام مسلم في صحيحه عن عائشة أم المؤمنين رضي الله عنها قالت. I'm going to narrate two short hadith back to back. One in collection, both of them are in the collection of Imam Muslim. One is verbatim from the collection of Imam Muslim. The other one is talked about, but I'm going to take the word from it from the collection of Imam Ahmad. And we're the series or that I'm covering or we're doing in these Khawatir is talking about descriptions of the Prophet ﷺ and kind of focusing on aspects of his character that maybe sometimes a bit less observed or less talked about, and are equally important to maybe many other descriptions of him that we know, alayhi salatu wasalam. And this one is is a very personal description, meaning this is where Aisha talks about him alayhi salatu wasalam as a husband, like as a man in the house and as a family man. فقالت كنت أتعرق العظم وأنا حائض فأناوله رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم فيأخذه من يدي فيضع فمه على موضع فمي وأناوله الشراب فيأخذه فيضع فمه موضع فمي. قالت وكان في الحديث الآخر وكان إذا دخل الدار دخل علينا ضاحكا متبسما يكون في مهنة أهله حتى إذا حضرت الصلاة قام إليها. So when she describes him عليه الصلاة والسلام, she says that when I was ha'id, meaning when I was during my menstruation period, this is a vulnerable time for a lady, and she said that she would notice that he would do something alayhi salatu extra for her. Like, it's a very interesting description. I don't want to take a lot of your time here, but it's something important that he knew what his wife felt during the certain time, and he made sure he did something to make her feel better. This is the point of this hadith. This hadith is not based on, is not narrated so that you follow it word for word, because this may not be the situation that you have in your house as a husband. So she would say that تتعرق العظم, meaning she would take the piece of meat on a bone and she would be biting the meat off the bone, and then she would hand the piece of meat to the Prophet ﷺ so he can take some meat off it as well. So she said he would take it and he would bite from the exact spot that I was biting from, and she liked that. And he did that for her, alayhi salatu wasalam. And she liked it. She would notice it. Why she noticed that, you can ask women. I don't know why they would notice something like that, but they apparently noticed something like that, and he knew that she noticed something like that, so he would do it. Now, the part of why she noticed that is beyond me, and I'm not here to talk about it, but that is what happened. And the piece that I'm trying to talk to you about is that the Prophet ﷺ knew it. Like, he noticed it himself. He took enough interest in his wife that he knows that during this time she notices these details. She cares about these details. So he offered a piece of tenderness and kindness and romance so that she would feel better about herself. And she said, and I would drink from the sharab, like a cup. Back then we didn't have our own little thing. It would be the same going around. So she drank from it, and then she would give it to him, alayhi salatu wasalam, and he would pick it up and drink from the exact same spot that she was drinking from. And she would notice that as well, radiallahu anha. And he did this for her, alayhi salatu wasalam, out of love and out of, if you've been married for a while, then this is something a man, mean fadli aslan to care, to look at this stuff. Men don't have, you come home, you're barely, you can see in front of you, you just want to eat. But for him, he would notice these things. And this is how she remembers him, alayhi salatu wasalam, that he cared about that stuff. He would take it. And this is important. And this is a part of his character. I'm just showing you, I'm just taking the light, and this is shedding some light on this part of his character. And she would say in another hadith, كان يدخل داره, when he entered his house, he would enter smiling and happy. I've tried, wallahi, this one. This one's hard, wallah. لا حول ولا قوة إلا بالله. استغفر الله. اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد صلى الله عليه وسلم. This one's hard, not because of the people on the other side of the door. It's because of the garbage that you've been shoveled at you for the 12 hours before. It's men, they walk into their homes. They're carrying with them all of that which they had to put up with all day long to make sure that this house can function and that they can be safe and secure. So it's hard to walk in with that. And I can't imagine what was shoveled at him alayhi salatu wasalam in his life. Like, obviously, whatever I'm taking is not even remotely close to what he had to go through. Yet somehow he entered, he was always smiling and laughing. في مهنة أهله, and they would sit and he would find something productive to do in the house. Like, he'd find something to do for the family. Like, he would find something to do that would be he wouldn't sit in isolation of his family. He would sit and he would be a part of his family, and he would find something productive to do. Mihna is a job, something to do in the house. فإذا حضرت الصلاة, and then when it's salat time, he would get up and go to salah. Meaning he knew he had his priorities straight, alayhi salatu wasalam. And a part of that straightness is that he knew that this is where you bring, this is where you're coming into your house and to be with the people that you love, and you don't show them that love and that ease and that happiness and that open-spiritedness, and that you're not productive and helpful and beneficial in the house, then what is the point of doing all the stuff that you're doing outside? And men, we're notorious for not being good at that piece. We miss it. We lose out on it after a while. Because life, especially this life gets too quick and you get too tired, so you start not noticing details about your wife. You stop noticing the importance of walking in the house and being wanted to come in. Like your kids look forward to seeing you. Your wife looks forward to seeing you because you're coming in with optimism and you're happy and you're productive. You do something helpful in the home, even though you've been outside the house for 8 hours working. You can make all the excuses, and so can I, of why we don't do it. But he did, alayhi salatu wasalam. And that's the point that I'm making here. That's all. Just, if you truly want to emulate Rasulullah alayhi sallam, Habibak and Nabi alayhi, then this is a part of his character as well. And he didn't make excuses for himself, and I can't imagine that we would have a good reason to make, or good excuse to make for ourselves either. يروي الإمام مسلم في صحيحه عن عائشة أم المؤمنين رضي الله عنها قالت كنت وأنا حائض أتعرق العظم فأناوله رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم فيأخذه من يدي فيضع فمه موضع فمي وكنت أناوله الشراب فيأخذه مني فيضع فمه موضع فمي وكان يدخل داره ضاحكا متبسما يكون في مهنة أهله فإذا حضرت الصلاة قام إليها.